have a look at is mobile, what your profile looks like in a mobile phone, the small screen. And this is really important, and we'll get to that in a minute. I work a lot on a desktop. Maybe you work on laptops. Maybe you do all your internet stuff on a phone, I'm not sure. But what does your profile look like on a small screen? That's really the question we're here to have a look at. Okay, so on the website, and this has been the case for some years now, nearly 50% of the visits or the visitors on the site use a mobile device. That's pretty high. There's about 4% or so use tablets, and about the same, about half and half use desktops. So you've really got to have a look at your profile and how it presents in a mobile and not just a desktop. So now, this is John Davies, the lovely John Davies, artist extraordinaire. I'm going to pick on the Aussies today. So this just gives you a view of there's the desktop view on the left, there's the mobile view on the right. And you can see, well, let me ask you, what is it that dominates the mobile view? The photo! Oh my God, that's amazing. I was really concerned. I'm sitting there at lunch, I'm sweating a little bit. I was really concerned that we wouldn't have enough brains to answer any questions today after 5 days of facilitating. But I see there's still a few brain cells left, so I will be saved. Okay. So before we move on to look at a few profiles, a few Aussie profiles, and as I said, I'm picking on the Aussies today. I need to talk to you about your brains. And I'm really hoping that there's a few cells left so we can make a contact here. Okay, so most people have 2 brains. Other people may have more, but 2 will work for us today.
We're talking male or female brains?
Yeah.
Male brains, 2 brains?
Yes, Viv said male or female brains, or do male and females have different brains? Probably. So there's 2 brains. There's the primitive brain. There's the logical brain, and we're going to talk about the primitive brain a little bit. And the primitive brain, also known as the lizard brain, or Liz, is a very powerful, somewhat unknown brain to us. It's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly fast, it works on a pre-conscious level, so most of us are not even aware that it's actually working, and it has tremendous influence on us. Its main job is to make sure that you don't get eaten by a lion. Its job is to make sure that you get food and shelter. Its job is to make sure that you find a good partner and have babies with. Its job is to make sure you find somebody who will provide for you. And its job is to make sure that it has some influence on, that you know if somebody's dangerous or not dangerous and things like that. So it's very much about survival. It functions with the eyes, the ears, the body senses. It's pre-language. So it doesn't know very much about words. Okay, so now what's happening is when you see somebody or you see a photograph of somebody, and especially in our profiles when they dominate in this way, your primitive brain, Liz, is working so fast, milliseconds, in assessing the person in the photograph or the person that you're seeing face to face. It's incredibly fast. So they're having a look and they're saying, okay, is this person dangerous? Will this person hurt me? Do I need to fight them? Or do I need to run like hell? It's having a look and saying, okay, good-looking woman, will she make babies? Right? They're saying no. Okay, fair enough. Thought it was worth a go. So when somebody's coming to your profile and they see this page dominated by the photograph, the primitive brain's already kicking in and doing those assessments, right? Now, the primitive brain is so powerful that it can cut off energy to the logical brain. Okay, so it controls the flow of energy to your analysis and your thinking. So when Gary talks about, the man and sees the beautiful woman and the cleavage and the ooh la la right there, and the man's brain goes from here into his pants. So what's happening, right, is the primitive brain's it's squeezing that flow of energy, squeezing it. And it's saying, she looks good, get her, And the logical brain's going, oh, maybe we should think about this a little bit. You know, if you just give me a little bit more, maybe we could actually, maybe it won't work out so well. Maybe we should ask some questions. And the logical and primitive Liz is going, get her, she looks good. Good. Next slide, please. So let's have a look at a few profiles and consider how our primitive brain is going to work here, because Liz has control. And what I'd ask you to do is to observe your own reactions, your own response to these views that we're going to have a look at. Kind of get a sense of what's going on for you. And I'll make a few comments along the way, but it's more just for you to get a sense of some different pictures, some different ways people have approached this, and to see whether or not there's something that you might like to do differently or keep as it is. So this is Donna Hend, and this is all words, right? So Liz is going to say, okay, up to you. I'll turn on the tap. You can have some energy. I have no idea what this is. So logical brain kicks in, starts reading the text. So it's very much a cognitive, mental thinking kind of response that you might have with this. And so what I'd say with this, it's a really interesting idea that Donna's done here. And what I'd say is, if you're going to do that, make sure the text is really clear. Light blue text on a blue background is not very contrasty. So make it easy to read if you're going to use this approach. Dr. Leanne Chin. So how's that for you? Right. I mean, it's a pretty picture. It's really lovely. But where does it put you as somebody visiting Leanne's profile? Would you scroll down? Would you look to find more?
I can't see her chin.
Percy suggests you can't see her chin. Okay. Here's Leah. What do you get with this?
She's on a holiday.
She's on a holiday. She's fun. This is fun. But the question is, what image do you want to present to somebody visiting your profile? This might be exactly what Leah wants to present. And what's going to help people to scroll down to find out more? Now, I like this one. This is another interesting concept. Lucilla is a bars facilitator and a bars practitioner, the other way around perhaps. And here she's clearly demonstrating visually what she does. So she's got yellow on, she's sitting there in the middle of the picture, she's smiling, she's enjoying her work. There's a man there clearly relaxed, it's a lovely setting. This is quite a good, for me, this is quite a good thing. I'd probably, if I was looking for bars, scroll down and find out a bit more about that. Okay, Mark Bassington. So what's your reaction to this? Professional. Business. Right. And so that might be exactly what Mark's looking for. But it does have that, you know, so you can see how these different pictures present different images. And, okay, cool. Okay, Genevieve.
She's live. She's on the
Is she? Oh, lovely. All right, let's get into Genevieve. So this is a lovely photo. She's a pretty girl, nice smile. It's great.
Liz is winning. Is it Stephen?
Liz is winning. Liz is winning. Get her! The only comment I have on this one is, what's that big white space sitting above Genevieve? Crop. Look at your photos. Crop.
Not good Photoshop.
Fill the space with this lovely face. Okay, this was interesting. I grabbed this because it was interesting. This is Mariko. And it's a really interesting photograph. You know, photographically, perspectively, I think it absolutely works. You know, it's well framed. It's really interesting. The eye is led into Mariko in the blue colour. And so absolutely it works in that sense. And the question is this what you want to present to people coming to your profile, perhaps for Access Bars, the foundation, whatever it is they're looking for? And if it is, fantastic. Okay, John Ashford.
He's not an Aussie.
He was registered in Aussie.
Oh,
I don't know, I could be wrong. I liked his face. Show me your passport. So what we're looking at here is this is a big, broad, full pictured face, right? You know, it's smile, he's looking directly into the camera, the guy's pulling some energy, and yeah, Liz is working. And May Warren, fun, cheeky, good perspective, drawing the viewer into the center to her face. And Megan, I put this one in here. It's kind of interesting, this photo. I suspect Megan's perhaps being artistic, and you can have a look at that and see how it is for you. It's an interesting photo. Or she's maybe had a little trouble with her camera positioning, perhaps. I don't know. We have to ask her and find out. But more to the point is, what are we looking at? What's she presenting? And Vivi! Last one. Now, I'm not sure who this person is.
That looks like Tinder picture.
Tinder. Hold on, there's a fight breaking out in the room. Settle down, you people. Okay, so this is a lovely photo. And we all love, well, I love Viv Adcock. And so the point about this is it's a lovely photo. It's very full face. You're looking straight into her eyes. She's not pulling any energy at all. And it's a great thing. But also note that the photograph is almost square. So it's not filling that full portrait space that's available, and it's tending to pull up the text a little bit. So you get a little snippet of that text. So if that's the case and you're using that kind of photograph, make sure that that first paragraph is hot. Because Liz is going to go, oh yeah, let's get her, and the logical brain is going to be able to read the text, because Liz is going to say, okay, I'm going to give you full energy on this one. Tell me what the hell she's talking about. Okay. So that's my look at profiles from a mobile phone. And if anybody has any questions, if we've got a bit of time, I'd be happy to take them. If there's no questions, then I've done a very good job, and I'm a happy boy. Thank you.
There is one.
There is one. Okay.
Thank you so much. I have a simple technical question, because I try to put in nice pictures, but the size, the data size is very limited, and so I managed to put in a really crappy one in the end. Is this going to change, or is there any program where I can make the bit size or whatever that is of the picture smaller?
Yes, there is. So we limit the size simply because the website's got a huge number of images on it, and it's good SEO, search engine optimization, all that stuff, to have your images so that they're not bigger than they need to be. So what I'd recommend is that you go to a website called Pixlr.com, so Pixlr.com, and it's a free online editor, and it's quite great, and you can crop your images. You can upload your big image, crop it to size, crop it, resize it, and then download a copy. No cost.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's great.
Cool.
And I went ahead and put that in the Telegram thread for all of you who don't have any brains left.
That would be all of us.
I'm not saying I have one. I just wrote it down when you said it.
Okay.
And then, is there any other question? We don't have any coming in the chat, because everyone says it was such a clear and wonderful presentation, Stephen.
Wow, thank you.
So any other ones on the line, on the Zoom? Anything else? Or are we ready to move on to the Paminator? Yes.
Move on.
All right. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.